Join me on a decluttering tour of It's a Small collection. I am not a beauty guru. I am a makeup enthusiast and newbie who has accumulated more than I thought in a 1-year period. So let's go through, figure out what's a regret, what worked, what we need to reevaluate and figure out how to function or let go of, and let's make this happen. So, welcome to our guest room. We have 2 twin beds in here, but we are in the middle of reorganizing our bedroom. Battery is going to die, so I have to try to shoot this as quick as possible. That's not going to work. This is a decluttering video. As you see, I have had all of our makeup stored in here, but it has to go in the bedroom, so I have dumped some stuff onto the bed. I still have stuff on the counters. I have stuff in here. Declutter, reevaluate, and then get moved to the bedroom. I've got a wastebasket here. I've got a box here of stuff that's going to get donated, not donated, given away to family or friends who are more into it. Let's go ahead and go through what is definitely getting gone. All right, so we've got, let's just dump it out and get it set for moving on in the world. So I have a series of single eyeshadows here. Some of them have never been opened. These are Ulta brand, like this silver, which you can tell is super chunky and dry and powdery and glittery. Like, I swear you can tell just by looking at it there. And then I briefly used this one in my life. It is a big disappointment. It leaves like some nice gold glitter if you are digging gold glitter falling all over your life. These are getting passed into the world. I did use this purple a few times. It's a dark plum and I had really high hopes for it. But every time I put it on, it just felt and looked, you see there's like not a ton of purple there. It just looks, I guess the word is a little muddy, a little dirty. It blends to just kind of nastiness. So I kind of hate to get rid of them, but I've got so much. Look! I mean, I know the lighting isn't phenomenal in here, but that is pitiful. That's pitiful. And this color, I don't even know what I was thinking. Like, is this purple? Is this brown? Is this burgundy? Is this pewter? Ooh, actually. Okay, hot dang, I might keep that. Made in the USA, I'm keeping it. It's really funny because I just made fun of it and I really like it. Okay. Made in China. I have a big issue with the made in China concept. I'm sorry, the first few things I was showing you probably were blurry. I have a problem with things made in China going kind of anywhere on my body. I know there are exceptions. I know some of the reputable brands also make some of their stuff in China. Tarte, Urban Decay, a few of them make some of their stuff there. But I kind of don't trust the Ulta brand anyhow, and that might not be fair of me. But I had been using the gold pigment, which I can't find right now, on my lips and eyes. And then when I saw it's made in China, I immediately stopped. Other stuff I'm definitely getting rid of. The Clinique anything. I know that a couple of you have told me Clinique does not all suck. I don't recommend Clinique personally. I don't have good experiences with Clinique, and that includes I actually used the majority of this. This is their redness solutions. Tried to use it for my rosacea. It broke my skin out terribly, and I don't tend to have breakouts. Alright, I changed angles, I added some light. Let's see if we can actually see what we're looking at here now. Okay, so back to my bitch fest, my gripe fest about Clinique. I've got, again, just several Clinique stuff that, bleh, no. I also have several Neutrogena, they're sample things from the crappy dermatologist that I went to last summer. That was not a great experience anyhow. When I asked for advice about what to wear for my, what to use for SPF, what to use for moisturizer, what to use to cleanse, she shrugged. I don't know. Neutrogena is probably fine. Which was, I don't understand. I don't understand that concept from a doctor. That's ridiculous and disgusting. So, bye. I don't trust Neutrogena. I feel like it has ingredients in it that aren't healthy. They really hype themselves up on, ooh, we're so healthy. It's just not a company I like. Clinique samples here. These are actually recent. They are for foundation. I don't remember which line of foundation they are, but I went in Ulta and I told them I was looking for foundation without SPF. They loaded me up with this. It's like Second Skin or Pure Skin or I don't know, some sort of junk. Told them I don't like Clinique. They're like, try it anyhow. And I could smell, after they put it on, I could smell the foundation. Oh my God. Yeah, it smells gross. It smells like I am slathered up with foundation with SPF for the beach. Like the Clinique rep couldn't even comprehend when I said I'd want something without SPF. What is her... Ugh. Anyway, trash. I have 2 Aveeno Skin Relief Gentle Scent Lotion and Body Wash. Dimethicone Skin Protectant. No. Nope. Not my cup of tea. Not doing it. An eyeshadow palette here that I actually used for a while. And let's see. That blue is actually quite pretty. It's patchy, but it's pretty. The green is barely existent. That purple is actually not awful. Procter & Gamble kind of blows. Made in Canada doesn't blow. This is the CoverGirl True Naked Jewels palette. I'm sorry, I was never very clear about that. And I might try to repress these. Maybe. I have 3 LA Girl Pro concealers for redness, for under my eyes, and then I found out they're made in China and made with some ingredients I'm not particularly thrilled about. I'm not going to lecture anybody, use whatever you want. This is just stuff that I kind of have some issues with. And this is like their light. This is a light ivory, and it is orange. This is a good time to say that I'm going to keep my makeup cleansing towels. I got these at TJ Maxx last year. And they are the Bio Miracle makeup cleansing towelettes. I have a lipstick here that I had already put, we'll go through my lipsticks in a minute, but I'd already thrown this in my get rid of a pile. This is a Revlon. This is the Peach Parfait from the Color Burst Lip Butter series. And I got this because Jenny, a girl I work with at the art museum, you know, I've said before I didn't start wearing makeup until 2017. That isn't actually completely accurate. I got some really cheap, I got 2 really cheap NY Color lipsticks back in 2014. Those were the first lipsticks I actually owned. And this was like a big splurge. It was like $8, I think, or something for the lip butter. But she liked this, formula. And the formula actually feels nice. I will say that about the lip butters from Revlon. But that color is just a big, hot, smeary peach mess on me. And it doesn't really work well with my skin. So, a little sticky now. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Okay. I also have decided to get rid of this bronzer. It's by Palladio. It is made in Belgium. No, made in Canada. Learn to read, Ashley. It's the baked bronzer. It's nice and all. I mean, it actually, I think I used it like 3 times. And it really is pretty. It leaves a really nice sheen. But it's probably better for somebody with a much deeper skin tone than I have. Who really, a medium to deep skin tone that can rock out a little more orange than I can. Contouring. I really want to try contouring. I was looking for dark colors of contour, and I was in TJ Maxx, and for $3.99 saw the Ed Hardy contour kit. Seriously, right? I mean, why would I trust the Ed Hardy contour kit? I'm sorry, Ed Hardy is known for t-shirts that were huge in like the 90s and 2000s. I don't know anybody who says, ooh, I have Ed Hardy cosmetics, and yet here I am. And I use them a few times. There's a highlighter. I don't know what these powders are, and then some contour colors. I obviously was reaching for these two. They are so powdery. I mean, just not in a good way. The kickback is insane. They're messy. They're super messy. They look dirty. They look patchy. They grab weird. I paid $3.99 and I wasted $3.99. And this was the beginning of me learning I would rather just spend expensive money on the things I really like versus really trying to scrimp out and hating what I spent money on anyhow and not using it. So this, no one will want. This is now just trash. This I got sent by BuzzKit. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Sweep and Lock Translucent Setting Powder. And it is a mattifying powder, which my container doesn't say. It's actually really perfectly fine. It's really quite messy to use, and it is finely milled. And I actually would recommend it, but it's very mattifying. And I don't really use mattifying anything because, I mean, lipstick, but not for my face. This is the Revolution, Makeup Revolution London Vivid Baked Highlighter. This one is in Golden Lights. This was among my very first makeup purchases. That is pretty. I mean, really, that's pretty. It's very golden. It doesn't have any chunky glitter in it whatsoever. Like, it's really lovely. And for a medium tone beauty or a warm tone beauty who likes that golden goddess effect, this is kind of the bomb. It is made in China, so again, problematic for me. Don't really feel great about having it, but I really do like this formula. And at Ulta, they run these like buy one, get one 50% off, and they're, I think, only $6 each anyhow. Okay, this is a backup of my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz favorite. Never getting rid of it. On the other hand, this is from Flower Beauty, and it is also an eyebrow spoolie, which is super fat in comparison. And it has this like thick crayon end compared to Anastasia Beverly Hills. The formula is actually almost identical. I was really surprised by that. And then there's this disaster. This is another Revlon product. It's the Brow Fantasy by Colorstay. It has a pencil on one side, and then on the other, you've got like eyebrow mascara, literally. And it's a nice cool tone, which I'm glad for, but I literally wore this, I think, twice, maybe a third time, and it was just kind of gross. It makes your eyebrows crunchy and thick. The spoolie is very thick. The pencil is very thick. So there's no way to get any real precision. And I've got very teeny tiny thin eyebrows. So this just was a big fat not happening for me. I have this really cute little eyeshadow quad for my mom. It's Revlon Colorstay. I can't vouch for this because I don't use it, but it was my mom's. And she passed it on to me. And I have very sentimental memories of my mom always having a black matte eyeshadow and it always being panned. Always. And she would get a new one, and before long, that's how she would end up panning it, because she uses matte black eyeshadow with a wet eyeliner pencil to make eyeliner. And so this is my heart. This has a part of my heart in it. Now let's talk concealer for a minute here. First, when I first went looking for concealer last year, thanks to a recommendation from I don't remember who, I got the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Vanilla. I actually went into Ulta. I tried different ones, and I could not stand the way that the IT Cosmetics one felt on my face. I don't like the way Shape Tape creases on my face. this seemed to work for me, and vanilla is the color that worked for me for that. And then for highlighting, I ended up getting NARS in Chantilly. I realized they kind of look a little crusty on my face sometimes. And sometimes they don't play nicely with other makeup, and they kind of move around in a way that isn't very good. So my feelings about NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer are... and I'm not sure about them. But then Tati made me buy it. She was swearing by Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer. I got really excited because it's super cheap. I got it on sale at Ulta, and I was really excited about it because of how much she raved about it. It only comes in like 4 shades though. I didn't even think about inclusivity at the time. Shame on me, seriously. I was not even thinking. I was like, oh well, I'll just get the lightest one. Didn't occur to me that like with 4 shades of white that they suck, but they do. And I don't even like the product. So they got a little bit of my coin. They are going in the goodbye pile because not interested. I did get the Naked Skin from Urban Decay Lavender color corrector, and I use this under my eyes before concealer. I actually, even if I don't use concealer, I like to use this. It makes me happy. Instead of getting the green in the Urban Decay, I will admit I pitched a pretty penny to get the YSL green color corrector. This is another recommendation by Tati. She said she just feels like it works better than green in pretty much any other brand except for the Lancome cushion. And having rosacea, sometimes my face gets crazy red. And this just actually really helps kind of negate that. And if I have a particularly gnarly breakout or injury on my face from picking a breakout, this is a little bit of a miracle. You'll see in a minute, I actually bought the Boots No. 7 Lift and Illuminate Foundation, and I got that last spring, because my sister's skin was glowing. It looked dewy and fresh and young, and it was because of that foundation, so I bought it also. It is now incredibly hard to find, but because I liked it so much, I got the Boots No. 7 Concealer, the Radiant Glow Concealer. And I thought, hey, if I like the foundation, I'm really going to like this also. And this is like $11 as opposed to the price of other brands. And I don't particularly like it. So I'm going to put this over in a let's redefine it and reevaluate it. I'm not going to exactly declutter it, but I never reach for it. So reevaluate how I'm going to use it, or if I need to just get rid of it. And then lastly, I've got this Born This Way concealer. This is new to me. I actually really like this better than the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I have dry skin, and this seems to work with my skin without looking dry, without looking greasy, and I can't stand when I touch my face and anything feels sticky. That is not my cup of tea, and this just does well. It plays well with other makeup. I'm really a fan of it. I only have one bronzer. This is from Lorac. It is the Pool Party bronzer. This is sample size. I am assuming it is made in the United States or something. I don't know. Big assumption there. It's a little warmer than I personally like. It's probably not quite the right color, but I do like it, and I like being able to use a little bit of bronzer. I didn't really get the hype, but I do now, and I like it, and I appreciate it, and I'm going to keep it and try to pan it. Here is one of 2 blushes I own. Yes, I only own 2 blushes. They are both Tarte. They were both samples given to me. This one is Partey. It is part of the Sephora birthday gift. It's kind of peachy and cool tone at the same time, which makes me really happy. And then you guys have heard me rave repeatedly already about the Becca let's try that again. The Becca Under Eye Anti-Fatigue Primer. And then the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. Wow, was this a mistake. It is waterproof. People swear by it, and I'm sure a lot of people love it. I don't do this, and it's too dark for my skin anyhow. It's an NW20. Got it from Mom. Too dark for her skin. She doesn't like the formula. It is way too thick, heavy, dense, impossible to clean off. It's that this is money wasted. That's what I am. I'm sad about that. Very, 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 very. I don't even know what to do with it. I'm sad. Let's talk mascaras. At least the ones that I can find right in front of me here. Whew! Now I can't even go heavily into the mascaras because I have a video coming up, which is a mascara round robin of which mascaras work, which ones suck, and everything in between. I also have this NYX blue mascara. As you can tell, I went through a little phase where I wanted colored mascara, and I still do. This is also a bit of a disappointment. It just, often colored mascaras are, they don't have the pop factor you're looking for, and that is sad, but it is what it is. And then I have Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and I can't stand it. Do any of you love it? I mean, like, really? I hear people talk about how it's their favorite, it's their holy grail. Have you tried other brands? Is this really just a thing against me? Again, I'll cover it in my round robin thing. The only thing I really like about this is how heavy it is. Like, literally, these are almost as heavy as a brick. It's crazy. I don't understand it. This I'm going to continue to use just for my mascara tournament. Again, that will be posted no later than the beginning of June. But I am getting rid of this. This stamps my eyelids every time. I do not like this formula. I really do not like the wand. Boo. I have two L'Oreal Silkissime. One is in plum, one is in blue. It may be a little hard to tell with the lighting because I have now lost all sunlight and I'm working with artificial light. Sorry. And Tati swore by this in one video. Then like 3 videos later she did an eyeliner review of like holy grails and fails and didn't discuss these at all in them. So honestly, I felt a little duped by that. It bothered me. And I don't think they're that great. They're okay. I don't know. I don't understand why these got hyped up and then immediately ignored by the same content creator. That was a little weird for me because I bought them based on her first recommendation. But, you know, she does try like a million different eyeliners and everything. So maybe that's all it was. But they're not terrible. They're not bad. It's just, if I knew they were only as good as they are, I would not have purchased them, and I won't repurchase them. I have Line Out Loud. Who is this by? LOL. This is Intense Shimmer Liquid Eyeliner by Line Out Loud, who I have not heard of and don't know who they are. I kind of like their LOL. Again, that kicks over the fact that I got this on clearance at Ulta last summer. I know I did. I'm just going to have to give it a try and see. I have not tried it on my eyes a single time. This is my all-time favorite eyeliner. This is Marc Jacobs Fine Liner in white. Unfortunately, he does not make a ton of colors of the fine liner. Oh my gosh. It's the tiniest little eyeliner line and it's fantastic. It goes in the waterline like a dream and it stays there all day. And I wore it in our trip last year to New Bern, North Carolina and loved it. It makes my eyes pop. The name of this color is Big Eyes, so that makes sense. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Will rebuy it, no matter what. Going back to the Marc Jacobs Fine Liner in Big Eyes and it really opening my eyes up, there is the NYX Wonder Pencil. I do not have a good relationship with NYX at all. I mean, really, I've tried them now. I don't like anything except for this pencil. This pencil is a dream. I just have a wonderful time with it. It also acts as a great concealer if you have like a blemish that you need to cover up. I have this Stila smudge stick. This was a gift when I was given my first lipstick by my niece just a couple a little over a year ago. I was given my very first lipstick and this Stila smudge stick made in the USA. Thank you, Stila. Dig it. Recommend it. I almost got the Kat Von D basket case eyeliner that just came out a couple months ago, except I have that. So, I mean, do I need multiple smudgy eyeliners or no? Like, I have one. Use it. Then I also have the Stila Stay All Day Liquid Liner. This is a classic. Some people really don't like it because it can feather a little bit. I've had good luck with it. Last summer I was living for a wing eye, but I also have hooded eyes, so that just may not be a look that works on me. But I still have it. My niece Caitlin, she told me she uses the Maybelline Stiletto line Stiletto eyeliner. It's a felt tip and it works great. I've seen a few not so great reviews on this online, but I really like it. I think I like it. It's not as good as the Stila Stay All Day because it doesn't stay all day the way that the Stila does. But this is also drugstore price and Stila is not. So your call. I did get my first 3 Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On eye pencils, and I got it in Yeo, which is white, Desperation, which is kind of a pewter color, and Mushroom, which is just kind of like a nice taupe color. And you know, I have a lot of color going on in my life, so I thought a really good sweat-proof, summer-proof liner in white, and then like something not so stark and black would be great to have on hand. So there we go. Ooh, one more liner. This was sent to me by Influencer with the Maybelline Big Shot Mascara, which I liked enough that I bought myself another one in a different shade. I have bought one as a gift for Maddie, a young woman in my life. And with those, I got sent the Maybelline Master Precise Curvy Eyeliner, and I actually really like it also. It's a felt tip, but it's shaped really oddly, and you can do a really thin wing line or a really thick curvy one. And I just find this applies like a charm. I hope they still make it. I don't even know, but again, drugstore section. Thank you, Maybelline, for that. Not cruelty free though, so if you know that it's something that's going to make or break a purchasing decision, go with a different brand. Now, I put these in my Project Pan video, and unfortunately, I don't think I've used them like twice since. I've got a Clinique that was gift with purchase. It's this little tiny like eyeshadow and blush thing with a cute little mirror, which is dandy and all, except for the fact that, and I really like look how cute that is. I don't tend to use these colors. I tend to use a lot more colors, so I can't even use this well for traveling. Okay, I'm somebody who really likes pigment, and this has none. I mean, really? Can you even tell where I put anything? Really? No, you can't. So as cute as this is, and as much as I plan on panning it, I'm just going to repurpose it into the world. Somebody else might like it, maybe. And then there's my MAC eyebrow powder set, which actually does have pigment, and they're really nice. Well, that bottom one doesn't tend to look like I have a ton of pigment, but oh yeah, see, it does. It looks good. That actually is good, and it would make a great eyeshadow. It's actually fantastic to work with, but again, I don't tend to do browns. So I'm going to see if one of my sisters wants to use this instead. Now let's talk highlighters. No, let's talk foundation. So I have 2 of MAC's Studio Fix Fluid with SPF 15, which I'm not crazy about, but I actually do like this formula. It doesn't feel sticky on my skin. I'm sorry, if you're relying on your foundation for your SPF coverage, you're doing it wrong. Like, you're doing your skin wrong to believe that hype. You need to do it separately. And I like my foundation to be foundation and my SPF to be SPF. So, personal opinion, I know a lot of people don't agree with me. That's totally cool. You're not wrong. You do you, boo. For me, like, this is the way I like to do it, separate. But I do like that formula. I also have a sample of Fenty. I tried it once. It was terrible. I didn't try it again. I still would like to, so let's do that with the reevaluate section. I've got 2 Natasha Denonos. The Face Glow Foundation, which people love to hate. Stephanie Nicole swears by it for dry skin, and I agree with her. It has a lot of glow to it, but it stays dry, it stays in place, it looks beautiful, so long as you want your face to look very highlighty, like it really does. And then the very first foundation I ever bought, which was last year, and again, it's because my sister looked like an angel from heaven. Her skin was so dewy and so beautiful. She has over 40 skin, and she looked like a 28-year-old. It's adorable and beautiful. It also has sunscreen in it. Boo. This never quite dries down because it's dewy finish and it's drugstore. It's one of those foundations that tend to keep a slightly tacky feel to it, which is why I have only used this much of it. I'm going to have to put this in like my focus group over there of reevaluate. Worst foundation I've ever used ever. This is the Ordinary. It's like $7. This one is the serum foundation. I also have the fluid foundation hiding around somewhere here. It is freaking awful. I'm going to make a short, quick video on it so that you can see how bad it is, but it is so bad. Ooh. 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 Ooh, 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 ooh. Can't say ooh enough. How this feels, how this looks on the skin. Disaster. I've tried it and tried it and tried it. No. Awful. Bad. Seriously. I want you to know that. The Ordinary, and by the way, I'm not trying to bash that company. They make a number of other products I really like, but this is the Ordinary High Spreadability Fluid Primer. Broke my face out like a mofo. I had so many cysts coming up under my skin. It was awful, and I would stop using it, my skin would immediately clear up, and then I would use this again for one day, and it would happen again. Terrible, terrible, terrible primer. Here's the other Ordinary foundation. This one is their Coverage Foundation. Yuck. Also, can't say, I mean, both. Tried them with primer, without primer. You will see they are awful. More from Revolution Makeup. We have the Vivid Baked Highlighter in Peach Lights. It's pretty. It's pink. It's really pink. And again, there's no actual micro glitter to it. It just has a really soft sheen. It's really beautiful. It really is. It's made in China. I've got other highlighters, so I'm going to get rid of it. But I am sad to see it go because it's pretty. Like, to me, it doesn't last as long as ABH highlighters do, but it looks as good on when it's on. It just doesn't last for as many hours. Now here's the one that I'm keeping anyhow. This is Revolution Strobe Highlighter in Holographic Lights, which, thanks to Christine, we all know this is not holographic at all, but it is green. And I don't think the light is hitting this right since I'm now out of natural daylight altogether. But it is like a ghostly green. I will put up in the cards a link where I use it for, I think, a Halloween look. Oh my gosh, I love it. Like, it's so, again, their highlighter powder formula is really good. It really is wonderful. Looks great on the skin. And this green is just a bit unique and satiny, and I can't part with it no matter where it was made. Okay, let's dig into this drawer here. I've been pulling stuff out of this drawer and discussing it. That's where the Ordinary foundations were. It's where those Revolution Makeup London highlighters were. But we're going to dig in right here because all of this has to come out. It's all moving to my bedroom. What I'm keeping and what's going has to go. So I've got some lash sets here. Yikes. Let me throw them. This is my from Sephora this year, the Bite Beauty Insider birthday spiel with the lip balm and the lipsticks and the lip pencil, lip crayon. I haven't used them yet. I need to put them in my reevaluate, get it going. Now I showed you the powder that I'm getting rid of, and I've already decluttered some stuff. Like I gave my mom some liquid lipsticks, some lip glosses. I can't stand lip gloss. I gave her my Coty Airspun. Not a fan of it at all. What I do have, and I'm keeping, I have two RCMA powders. I got these from Beautylish. One is pearlescent, so it has like a natural highlighting thing, and it reminds me of the Fenty Fairy Balm, except for obviously this isn't nearly as sexy and cute as the Fairy Balm is. Except for you don't have it in a giant fluffy puff, unfortunately. And then this is the original, and it's just translucent white setting powder. I really like both of them, incredibly finely milled. I used to use Dr. Hauschka's powder, and I was a big fan of it. And it's translucent powder, but it kind of had that beige tone to it. Anyhow, I've now moved, I pour some of my RCMA into this because it's easier to dip my brush around in it, give it a whirl, put it on my face. And I have not used this yet, but I really need to. This is from Beauty Bakery. The Beauty Bakery baking flour. Better Not Bitter. And I got this in a few colors because I have a giveaway coming up, but this is the translucent, which is probably what's going to work best for my skin. But dear goodness, isn't that freaking cute? I mean, like, really. More backups of the ABH Brow Wiz. That's how much I like this. I don't want to have to rely on any other brow products. This is MAC Paint Pot in, I think it's called Skater Girl. No, Let's Skate. It's a pink. I thought it would be wonderful. I thought I would love putting it on my eyes. I don't. It's greasy. It's weird. I don't understand. I don't understand the paint pot concept at all. Not in my declutter, but in my reevaluate. Lord, I don't know. Somebody help me. Help me know how to use this, because I don't. Already open. It feels really dry and crusty. It is pretty, but no. Dinky little Smashbox trowel thing that I got from Ulta. That's great now. Oh, that's pretty. It's actually really cute. Except I don't wear neutrals, so I'm passing that along. Photo Op eyeshadow and hang. I actually really like this formula of eyeshadow, so I don't tend to use it. I do use it in, is this called Cruise? Yeah, I do use it in Cruise as a contour, which, Lord, that is not a sweat-proof situation. That's a disaster. But Beauty Bakery Sprinkles Glue, which is glitter glue. I don't know how to use glitter glue, so I'm going to need some help figuring that out, but I'm definitely keeping them. Then I have this really lovely by, is this JCat? Yeah, JCat Holographic 3D Eye Topper. Now this is not holographic. Again, it's iridescent. Definitely a difference. But it is really pretty. It does have holographic stuff on the container. I also got JCat's Prismatic Metal. This is a pressed one, but we'd see if it, was foily or not. Another 3D holographic eye topper from them in blue. I just want to compare the quality because they're way more affordable. Another prismatic in like a white. I have the Catrice Liquid Metal in silver. So I have a little review to happen on metallics. And then this is a Wet n Wild $1 gold pressed glitter. And I don't know how I've bought pressed glitter, but we'll get to that later. This is L'Oreal Revitalift Miracle Blur. Got sent this by Buzz Agent. This was terrible. It goes on like Elmer's paste. This one though is the Revitalift Blur Instant Eye Smoother, and this actually is a lot like a Benefit Professional. This is really nice. We've got a backup of my, thanks to 21 Days of Beauty, a backup of my lavender. We have the Urban Decay Mattifying Powder De-Slick. This is so not for me. Crazy woman at Ulta convinced me to buy it. I don't listen to anybody at Ulta who tells you anything. This is the first powder I bought. She told me this was the translucent powder I needed. Bull crap. This is terrible. Except it's great for if you're photographing people. I use it to de-shine people's foreheads before family photos. Huge difference. Like, it's a makeup artist thing. Love it for that. And I swear to you, I've had this since I was 17 years old. Yes, I actually remember getting this from Claire's Boutique. Dear gosh. It was $3.50, as we can see from the sticker. And it is a rollerball of body glitter. And I was a teenager in the late 90s when, I was a teenager in the late 90s when body glitter was the bomb. And yes. Oh god, it still smells like cotton candy too. This is like the best part of the late 90s. And for like emotional reasons, I can't get rid of this. And you might see me trying to wear it again. I've got some backup lipsticks, which we will talk lipstick tomorrow. A couple backup sponges. 2 beat sponges that need cleaned. They're a little yuck. Anyhow. Okay, and that's it for that drawer. And my battery is about to crack, and it's time for me to go to sleep So tomorrow we will do eyeshadow palettes and lipstick, and then we're out. Yay. This is a much longer video than I thought, but literally this is 1 year's worth. Or like, no, it was last April. Last April is when I started buying makeup. So this is 1 year's worth of collecting makeup. And I think that's eye-opening, especially if this video takes an hour. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Sleep well.